Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's session discussing the Thatchers and Aldi decision and the law on dupes. Where are we now? My name is Alan Harper, and it's great to speak to you today. We have an interesting session today. I've delivered this session a few times in person to clients and also to people in industry. Normally get some good discussion going, so hopefully today's session will give you lots to think about. Before we get into the course agenda, a little bit about me. So my name is Alan Harper. I'm the Head of Intellectual Property at Walker Morris LLP. For those of you who don't know, Walker Morris LLP is a national firm based in Leeds in the UK. We're a full-service law firm specialising in corporate commercial. And I myself, I'm a full-scope IP specialist. What I mean by that is that I deal with all intellectual property rights, although my practice often lends itself to trademark and copyright matters. And I deal with both contentious and non-contentious IP matters. So contentious disputes such as the topic of the session today, and non-contentious issues, for example, advising on licensing and day-to-day IP queries. And the non-contentious aspect of my practice is really helpful when we look at discussions and problems that we're going to discuss today in the Thatchers case, because actually, whilst it's often fun and interesting to have that discussion in the litigation setting and to fight the good fight, make academically charged points, often actually the work begins before any of that litigation, and it was incumbent upon us as advisors to be giving clients complete advice from the get-go on products and developments to make sure that they are equipped with the IP rights and strategy that they need when, or perhaps if, hopefully, the matters become contentious. So, in terms of the course agenda for this session, firstly, we're going to look at similar cases considered before Thatchers and Aldi. Next, we're going to have a look at the Thatchers and Aldi judgment itself and how the law was applied. Next, we're going to have a look at how this judgment may be applied in the future, and indeed how it has already been applied. And then lastly, we're going to have a look at what this means for dupes and IP enforcement generally. So starting off then, the position before Thatchers and Aldi and having a look at similar cases. So whilst the Thatchers and Aldi decision certainly captured the public's imagination, it was one of those cases which happens every so often, which makes its way onto the BBC News website and other media outlets. These decisions do sometimes capture the public interest, and they generate significant interest from both in the IP profession and outside. But it's important to say that Thatchers and Aldi was actually a long line. It was part of a long line of decisions and judgments and litigation considering lookalike products. In short, Thatchers and Aldi was nothing new, or at least the context of Thatchers and Aldi was nothing new. There's some interesting points that came out of that judgment, which we will discuss, but there is plenty of background to that case, and indeed multiple cases have looked at similar issues.